First of all, do we have any citizens comment? No. All right, I'd like to entertain an adoption of the agenda. Motion to approve Roman 3, 4, and 5. All right.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Smith, got a second by Dr. Ramsey. All those in favor? We do have an amendment to our action items. Roman numeral 4 will be a request from the science department to make a purchase. And that will bump a small Roman numeral 5 to personnel report. All right, first item up is qualifying fees for the 2023 municipal election. Dr. Williams.
Yeah, I was asked last week to just kind of give an update about the elections that are coming up. The qualifying window is coming up here in August rather quickly. It'll be here before we know it. And I just wanted to give one last overview to the board members that wards, I believe, 2, 3, and 5 are up. You will notice that the qualifying fee for board members is $327.60. So the qualifying window is stated there. You can see it's August 21st to the 23rd from 8 a.m. To 4 p.m. there at the city clerk's office. And so we did bring this information earlier in the year, but when you share something like this in January versus July, it's a little different. So we do have 3 board members that are up for election. Mr. Smith has decided not to run again, so that seat is vacant. So I just want to give a quick update this evening.
All right, any questions of Dr. Williams on that?
You had to change my name.
Let's not think until January.
Yeah, you're still here.
All right, next item on the agenda, Mr. Lindsay, to speak on the impacts of Coach Jerry Davis and Coach Manson Hill.
Good evening. I'm actually just going to introduce Miss Jane Carpenter, who is going to speak on behalf of Chris Carpenter. She has brought her mother-in-law, Marguerite Carpenter, with her as well. They're going to speak on the impact of Coach Jerry Davis, Coach Manson Hill. This is a conversation that's come across my desk, a lot over the last 6 years that I've been here. And I've asked Ms. Carpenter to come and make her proposal.
Perfect. Dr. Williams and School Board, thank you for a few moments of your time. I'm Jane Carpenter. I graduated from Gainesville High School in 1984. I'm here on behalf of my husband, Chris, who is currently coaching a baseball game. He also graduated in 1984, played for Coach Jerry Davis, and they won state championships in 1983 and 84. Mahogany Hudson Caldwell was supposed to be here as well tonight. I think we had a little different time frame set up, and she obviously hadn't gotten here. But she is very much in support of a proposal that I'm about to read. This is a letter that Chris wrote, and I will read it to you on his behalf. Dr. Williams and Gainesville City School Board members, I'm writing on behalf of myself and many former Red Elephant basketball players with the request that the Gainesville High School gym be renamed the Davis Hill Gymnasium. Jerry Davis and Manson Hill were both recently inducted into the GHS Hall of Fame, and their legacies speak for themselves. Both of these coaches put their mark on the GHS boys and girls basketball programs at the local, state, and national levels. Davis and Hill were not only leaders and winners of 6 state championship teams, but they were longtime faculty members and served in many capacities. Both men are true Red Elephants and more than deserve this honor. With the Davis Hill Gymnasium, Gainesville High School will celebrate the past and honor the standards set by these 2 highly accomplished coaches. Their legacies will live on in future generations of GHS basketball teams. Sincerely, Chris Carpenter. So, proposal, and we appreciate your consideration. And we know that Chris has spoken with lots of former teammates, and everybody is extremely excited and said, what's taken so long? That's been the most common comments. So.
And I'll say, I think it's one thing when you look at, being new to Gainesville for me in the last 6 years, Mr. Lindsay, you know the names, but it wasn't until the Hall of Fame induction that you get to hear all the other stuff that goes along with it and realize the impact both of these men had not only on our youth, but the community as well. And a few people were asking me at the same event, you know, what's the process? And so I communicated back to Jane and some others of, let's come up with a board, you know, toss out some ideas and let's kind of see. Right now, you know, we do have some things named in the district. We know that with everything being new and shiny right now, there are opportunities that we haven't had in quite some time. Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Jane, one
Oh,
little,
sorry.
just to be aware, we've got a naming protocol in our board policies
Mhm.
with step by step. Would you make sure you take a look at that, just so you'll know the general criteria that
Where would I find that?
I'll
it's
get it
on-
to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in our policy, it's in our published policies, it's on our web, under board tab and then policy, so. Anyway, I think it's called naming opportunities, anyway, be sure to take a look at that.
Okay, well, I think I understood that this letter needed to be read, this proposal,
Yeah,
and then y'all would vote on it, I guess, at the next
we
school
may,
board meeting.
we may, yeah, can we have the letter?
Sure,
Yeah. Thank you.
there you go.
Thanks, Shannon.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
All right, first action item is the 2023-2024 board training.
Yeah, every year, you know, we have to get board approved training, 9 hours for veteran members. With us going for exemplary, that means we have to have 12 hours. In this case, we actually did a training earlier today when we did the facilities planning for boards of education. So this is the earliest we've been able to knock out some training. And we also are ending our 5-year strategic plan this school year. So we will be developing our next 5-year strategic plan. And so the 3 other trainings you see there, planning for boards of education, communicating the school system message, and review and revision of system goals and priorities. Those will be the remaining 9 hours we will get in addition to the ones we had today. And those will be a collective effort that we will put together future dates and times where we can get feedback from governance councils, community members, students, employees, and many others as we look at tweaking and revising our strategic plan. So just wanted to bring that to you tonight, and it does require approval because Ms. Lizette has to send this to the state each year.
All right, are there any questions?
A sidebar question, what is our next facilities, 5-year facilities plan do?
3.5 years. Mr. Niles, not in here. We just did it the last 1.5 years. So we did it, I believe it was around February or March of 2022, which started then in July of 2022. So we're only a year in.
All right, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Smith, second by Mr. Mitchell. All those in favor? Motion carries. Next up, Dr. Williams, the 2023-2024 salary scales.
Yeah, board members, when you approved the budget last month, we had the salary scales in there and everything looked clean at first, so we thought. Then we realized that the numbers have not changed, but some of the years' experience were slightly off in 5 of the categories. That some of our employees were not getting the full bump from the state. And so we just had to go back in and make that minor adjustment. So the salary scales for certified staff had a small adjustment for that. And that's why they're revised come before you tonight. It's the same number that was in the previous table that we sent out. It's just that we had to shift a few of the years to make sure that we met the intent of the governor's increase.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion by Mr. Smith,
Second.
second by Dr. Ramsey. Any other questions? All those in favor? Motion carries. I am pleased to announce that I've communicated with my colleagues on the school board, and we have decided to extend Dr. Williams' contract through June 2026. That will be retroactive or effective July 1st, 2023. Congratulations, Dr. Williams.
But first of all, on behalf of my daughter who will graduate 2026, I'm sure she says thank you a lot. But board members, it's been truly a pleasure. The last 6 years, Willie and Sammy, y'all, the original two out of the 5 that hired me, and then Heather, Andy, and Chris, I just really appreciated, not only your guidance, but this community is special. And at the end of the day, when you get to see each other outside of this setting and you can have conversations that we get to have, and you get to see people in the community who have a sincere interest in knowing what's going on in the school, but you got a great school system. And while you're extending me, one more year out to 2026, I know that I cannot do this alone. And I just appreciate all of your guidance and the wisdom that y'all have given me along the way. But more importantly, just what you mean in this community. And I feel like we've got a great team, and just looking forward to 3 more years.
All right, I was premature in congratulating. I guess we need an official action.
Well, hold on. We didn't hold up on those comments before we.
Do I have a motion to approve? Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mercy on me. All right, second by Dr. Ramsey. All those in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you, board.
Next item was introduced, I guess orally changing the agenda. There's a science purchase. Who's gonna?
Yeah, Mr. Green, got an order in today for us. Mr. Green, you'll mention about that science order and just with the new building and everything, they have consolidated funds available, and there's some outfitting that needs to happen. So. And board members, you have copies of that quote.
Well, thank you, and apologies for the late addition. I'm here representing Gainesville High School Science Department to request the purchase of startup lab equipment. We are going from 1 science lab in the 9th grade center, 1 to 6 in our new building. We're extremely grateful for that, but we need to outfit them. In addition to outfitting the additional new labs, we have some replacement needs in the existing labs. We have equipment that has been there since the building opened. So we reached out to 3 of the primary vendors for this kind of equipment, Flynn Scientific, Carolina Biological Supply, and Fisher Scientific. Fisher did not return a quote to us. Carolina Biological Supply did, as did Flynn Scientific, and Flynn Scientific's bid was the lowest of the 2. So we are requesting that you approve the purchase of this science.
Motion to approve.
All right, we've got a motion by Mr. Smith.
One quick question, with this order being placed, how quickly does this equipment get here?
The majority of it will be here by the start of school.
All right, motion by Mr. Smith, second by Mr. Mitchell. Any other questions? All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, anyone want to show Ms. Jones some mercy and make a motion
To approve the personnel.
Thank you, Mr. Norholt. Got a second by Dr. Ramsey. All those in favor? Motion carries. Before we do discussion items, we don't have anybody here from Leadership Hall, do we? Okay, if you don't mind, sorry, normally we get our guests to stand up, tell us their name and what organization they're with.
Sure. I'm Tia Snowden. I am the Director of Advocacy for United Way Pattern.
Welcome. You picked a good meeting.
Yeah.
It's abnormally short, so.
And it's also July is the first time y'all get to get going on this stuff too, right? So this is a new cohort.
You outdid your classmates on that. All right, any discussion items?
Mr. Chairman, I have 2 things for Ms. Bethel, who is not quite here, but this will reach her. Number 1, could she please bring forward an annual report on Shockley Scholars?
I'll do that. We just had our meeting, so.
Yeah, we'll bring that next week.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
that's not a
good.
problem.
And then secondly, a curiosity item, reporting with the Hall County Board of Education budget. Apparently Hall County has a line item called interest income. And I know what interest income is that say a bank might pay, but we don't have such that I'm aware of. So my question is, why not? Should we? Can we? is there a benefit to having an interest income item in our 25 budget? And it's a staff discussion, kind of thing.
We get some of that stuff through Georgia Fund One, and some of that interest is there, but I don't believe we've ever pulled it out as a separate item as interest income. But I'll check with Ms. Beth on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It was mentioned several times before, County, I did call my attention. That's all.
Any other discussion on it? All right,
Adjourn.
do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Smith, second by Mr. Mitchell, all those in favor? Thank you for coming.